Here's how some historic figures started their day. Is it better to rise early or sleep in? Down an espresso or indulge in a pot of tea? Love them or loathe them, morning rituals can set the tone for the rest of the day. Modern life coaches and trendsetters continuously engineer new ways of optimizing hours in the day. From Marcus Aurelius, Roman Emperor, to Ludwig van Beethoven, humans have been devising morning routines that inspire productivity and focus for centuries. So let's delve first into Marcus Aurelius' perfect routine. Marcus Aurelius, born in 121 after Christ, became Emperor of Rome at the age of 40, and he stayed in power for 40 years until his death in 180. He might have commanded one of the most influential empires in history, but his interests extended far beyond the marble walls of the Curia Julia. He was also a Stoic philosopher who pursued a virtuous life despite having the wife he had, which is a different story, so we're gonna move on from that. Marcus Aurelius struggled a lot, especially in the morning. Marcus was an insomniac who hated getting out of the bed in the morning, a serious fault in the culture of Rome at that time. And as a result, Marcus Aurelius made a concerted effort to drag himself from bed every day. He would use a mantra that recited pretty much along the lines of, in the morning, when you rise unwillingly, let this thought be present: I'm rising to the work of a human being. He used this mantra as a motivation to jumpstart his day. But Marcus Aurelius was not the only one in this quest for the perfect routine. Benjamin Franklin might not have been a Roman emperor, but he was a founding father, a printer, an inventor, and wrestled with the same question as Marcus Aurelius did, which was, what did it mean to live a virtuous life? Franklin maintained his own list of virtues, among which temperance, silence, order, resolution, frugality, industry, sincerity, justice, moderation, cleanliness, tranquility, chastity, and humility have to be mentioned. He believed actions spoke louder than words. So Franklin did not only want to endorse this virtue, he wanted to practice them through everyday habits. To do this, Franklin planned out his day hour by hour. Every day began with an early morning wake-up call. He got out of bed at 5 a.m. and spent the next 3 hours washing, eating breakfast, planning the day, and contemplating a key question: what good shall I do today? Another one of his morning rituals might have been less contemplative, but apparently no less invigorating: sitting in the nude for at least half an hour. In a 1768 letter to French physician Barbeau Dubourg, Franklin described the practice of sitting in the cold air as being like a bracing or tonic bath. That's pretty much because he didn't like cold water bath, at least not in the morning. So like Marcus Aurelius and Benjamin Franklin, artist Georgia O'Keeffe was an early riser. Though O'Keeffe preferred to sit in bed and watch the sun come up. She did not stay there in bed for long. She sometimes started her day with a morning walk around Ghost Ranch, her home in New Mexico. And at times she would stumble on rattlesnakes, which then she would kill. No matter though what time of the day she actually had that walk, walking in nature seemed to have been an essential part of her artistic process. Last figure for this video is Ludwig van Beethoven. Ludwig van Beethoven could not do without his morning coffee. Long consumed in the Middle East, coffee did not become popular in Europe until the 17th and 18th centuries. It soon became a beloved morning drink. But it was an expensive one, an especially expensive one. By the early 19th century in Vienna, a cup of coffee cost roughly the same as half-pound cut of beef. But the German composer Ludwig van Beethoven treasured his morning cup of joy so much that he made it the same way every day. He went even as far as to measure exactly 60 beans for his coffee. Yet we are aware that other artists, for instance like Maya Angelou, might have preferred a different type of beverage, Specifically, Maya Angelou preferred sherry in the morning, whether that was at 6:15 or at 11 o'clock. Morning rituals, though, have been as singular as the people practicing them. And apparently, the early bird, we can conclude, really did get the worm.